I had just moved to Detroit, 89. Pastor Winans started a church. I was his assistant pastor. And the Lord told me to go back to New York and start a choir. I had just got to Detroit. And I would have to take Amtrak, 12-hour train ride back to New York to formulate this choir. Sat with a guy by the name of Milton Bigham. He's still alive now, and he's the head of Savoy Records. And I went to him, and I told him, I've got a choir that you got to record. You got to record this choir. He's okay, let me hear it. And I had one, you know. And I said, okay, I'm bringing back a cassette tomorrow. I went to my mother's house. I called my friend Sheila Carpenter. And she called some friends. We got together, and I wrote songs on the fly. And we put these songs on a tape with just me playing a bad piano and them singing the harmonies. And he said, oh man, I gotta have that choir. I gotta have that choir. What's the choir's name? I said, well, we ain't got a name. He said, I'm gonna name it the New York Restoration Choir. Sounds good to me. He said, good, but we're gonna draw up a contract for you, and you sign that contract and we can start recording. He got the contract together. I'm going back and forth from Detroit to New York. Come back to New York, he gives me the contract. And God tells me, you cannot sign the contract. So I tell Milton, I can't sign the contract. He said, why? I said, the Lord told me I can't sign the contract. He said, then how are you going to have a recording if you don't sign the contract? I said, well, I don't know, but I can't sign. And he wanted the choir so bad, he said, okay, so get 5 of the choir members to sign, and it'll be their choir. And we'll just use your name, New York Restoration Choir featuring Donnie McClure. 5 choir members signed it. I didn't know why I couldn't sign the contract until 3 years later. They'd given us the night before the Grammys to have a gospel concert. And so they flew me into New York, and we're about to sing. Of course, the night before Grammys, all the who's who were there. And they did something crazy. They put the choir in the balcony. They took away my security blanket. I had to stand in the middle of the stage by myself, petrified. And I sang, and my legs were shaking. And I sang the song, and when I finished, I literally ran off the stage. I ran into the back wings, and I'm panting, I'm sweating. And a guy comes back, and he had Warner Brothers jacket on and had the emblem with Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, all of them on the crest. And I'm a cartoon fanatic. This guy comes up and says, hi. And I said, hey, where did you get that jacket from? Such a nerd. Where did you get that jacket from? He said, oh, I work for Warner Brothers. I said, how can I get that jacket? He said, well, that's what I'm back here to talk to you about. I can get you one of these jackets if you sign with us. And